Hello everybody, and thank you for clicking on episode 3. I hope you enjoy. Let's get right into it. No time wasted. And before the game, Kemba Walker got signed to the Lakers. Lakers are getting stretched thin. They really need a point guard and someone to be a playmaker. And the Lakers hope Kemba can fill those shoes. Going into the Lakers game, all over the NBA landscape, there was a tweet trending, and it just so happened to be involving Izzy Ball. You might as well see what this tweet is. Looking at the tweet, I don't know what Izzy is doing. He's trying to make LeBron mad. Izzy is the expressive type, and maybe he was trying to get under LeBron's skin, but he needs to keep these types of tweets in the drafts. Going into the game, everyone was looking for the small forward matchup of Izzy and LeBron, but after a tweet surfaced of Izzy calling himself the chosen one, all eyes were on this game. Anthony Davis and the other Lakers reportedly did not like this, calling it disrespectful. LeBron, as usual, because he never does, he did not respond directly, but showed on the court who was really the chosen one. Izzy was trying his hardest to match LeBron blow for blow throughout the game. You have to respect the rookie for going at one of the game's greatest. In the end, LeBron won the matchup versus Izzy. Lakers forcing Ball to cough up multiple turnovers throughout the game and take untimely shots. He seemed somewhat uncomfortable with all the extra hate he received from the tweet. The Lakers might actually just need more people to start tweeting at LeBron because they look like they were playing with a fire that we haven't seen all season. People are non-stop tweeting at Izzy, who's the chosen one now, and it's pretty funny. If you're Izzy, you just gotta learn your lesson and maybe keep your mouth shut. LeBron gets 37 points to outduel Izzy Ball, which no one really expected Izzy to outperform him. Izzy gave it his best shot, but 6 turnovers will not cut it. He did have a pretty good performance, 22 and 13 against the Lakers for a rookie. Pretty good. Sengun got hurt, and the Rockets end up trading for Duncan Robinson for a bag of peanuts. Great trade for the Rockets, surrounding Izzy Ball, Jalen Green, Kevin Porter Jr., and Jabari Smith with an extra shooter. I don't know what the Heat are doing. They must just be getting rid of some cap. This trade hopefully helps the Rockets make the playoffs. Looking at some injuries, Jordan Poole is on the injury report. Not too serious of an injury, but he will not be playing against the Celtics in the next game we will watch. Going into this matchup, we are getting closer and closer to Christmas Day, and we will of course watch at least one Christmas Day game. Golden State has a 2022 Finals rematch versus the Boston Celtics. The Celtics were 18-9 going into the game as the 4th seed in the East. Golden State has been off the radar for the past few years. Steph Curry and the rest of the crew struggling to ever get it going throughout the year. This year, the Warriors look to rebound back to dynasty status like they once were. Curry has an absolute gorgeous jump shot. For some reason, the Celtics have not learned this even though they played each other in the finals. Curry just has a knack to get open for any shot that he wants, a skill that any player would marvel at. Celtics fight hard like they always do, especially at home. Brown off the ball was being a pest to Klay Thompson all night. Mama call him Klay. I might call him Klay. Klay only shot 3 of 10 from the field and 1 for 4 from 3. Maybe the Celtics should have dialed into Curry more. He had himself an absolute night. Curry really showed up with no Jordan Poole in the lineup, something that he needs to do for the Warriors to get wins. Tatum keeps looking to potentially take over the league, and winning games like this would help. The Celtics and Warriors go back and forth throughout the end of the game, but Steph Curry just hits an absolute clutch, gorgeous 3-point shot to pretty much seal the game for the Warriors. Steph Curry is having a great start to this NBA season, having a great bounce back compared to last year. Warriors look to improve on this, and the Celtics look to bounce back in the upcoming schedule. And if you really want to make an early season prediction for MVP, Steph Curry has to be one of the names on your list. LaMelo Ball and Keldon Ryan versus Kyrie and Kevin Durant. A team performing well above their expected level versus a team underperforming once again. Keldon gets going early versus Kyrie, getting a dunk in transition on a good pass from LaMelo. Kyrie and KD try to will their team to a win. They just continue their struggles. LaMelo pulls out the MJ shrug. Keldon Ryan Ryan hurt his knee on a non-contact injury during the second quarter. He was solid to start the game too, just hate to see it. I just hope he doesn't keep on continuing this trend of him getting hurt every single game. After this, Sexton played heavy minutes and LaMelo was the clear number one ball handler. Kevin Durant also got cramps mid-game, causing him to only play 26 minutes for the entire game, completely crippling the Nets offense throughout the game. Colin Sexton trying to make the most out of his opportunity. Kadon Ryan going out. He hits a nice fadeaway to make it a 2-point game. The Nets drafted Nick Smith Jr. in the draft to add a new energy on the court. Smith is averaging a solid 13.5 points per game for a team that Brooklyn fans want to be competitive. LaMelo kept trying to keep Charlotte afloat without his sidekick ball handler, and he did a pretty dang good job at it. LaMelo Ball going scorched earth, going absolutely clutch mode, showing why he's an all-star talent and the leader of the Charlotte Hornets team. He gets a shot for a mid-range for the win, and oh my golly gee willikers, he hit the game winner. Absolute amazing recreation of the Hornets announcer, by the way. Rattles it in, perfect timing, buzzer beater, and they somehow beat the Nets in a slight comeback in Brooklyn. Who needs Kadon Ryan when you have LaMelo Ball? It's Christmas time, ladies and gentlemen, the best time of the year for an NBA fan. The NBA Christmas games. We're gonna see 3 Christmas games coming up. First will be the Jazz and Pistons. The number 1 seeded Pistons in the East versus the 6th seed Jazz. James Harden coming into tonight felt like he had to prove himself why he went to this Jazz team and left Philly. James Harden this year has been putting up great numbers, but they have not been winning too many games. They are barely over 500, but that would not be good enough to really explain why he left the number 1 seeded Philly team. Jamie Ware has been putting up numbers, averaging 15 and 9.5 over the season. Victor Wembanyama, the rookie of the month this month, has been lighting the league on fire. And of course, everyone's looking forward, Victor Wembanyama versus Jamie Ware, the center matchup. 7'4" versus 6'11". Heart over skill, athleticism over grit. Jamie Ware might be a lot shorter than him, even though Jamie Ware is not that short in comparison to normal size human beings. But Jamie Ware definitely put up a fight. He did not care that he was, 5 inches shorter. He still put up the fight. James Harden and company kept going and kept scoring, but the Pistons hanged in and they made it a close game. Jaden Ivey was scoring bucket after bucket. Cade Cunningham, somewhat inefficiently, was still leading his team and scoring. Victor Wembanyama was getting a little clamped by Jamie Ware, but eventually it pretty much just went back and forth between the two centers. As you can see, it's a close game. The Piston fans are on their feet. Jordan Clarkson dribbling up the ball, and he gets the bucket to go in the clutch. Great shot. And then on the next play, Victor Wembanyama goes down on the post, but Jamie Ware holds his own, forces the miss, ends the game, makes both free throws, and the Jazz walk away with the Christmas win. James Harden, 32 points and 15 assists. He did get 8 turnovers, but who cares, right? They won. Jamie Ware, great performance on Christmas Day. Wembanyama continuing his Rookie of the Year campaign. Jazz win a close one. Heading next is the Hornets and the Warriors. Looking at the Hornets, LaMelo will be playing, but he will be a little limited with back issues. The Kyle Kuzma, he will not actually be playing. Kadon Ryan, who is healthy. Kadon Ryan will be wearing a knee brace and an ankle brace. This game, due to ankle injuries and knee injuries, how much has Kadon really been contributing to the Hornets win streak? They say the best ability is availability, but Kadon has not been available. Some people might not watch this NBA Christmas game because you look on the schedule and you see the Hornets and Warriors and you're like, what the hell is this? For all the NBA junkies that watch any game no matter what and buy 2K every year even though they don't try, this was a great game if you actually sat on your couch and watched it. The entire game, the Warriors seemed to be one step step ahead of the Hornets, which isn't surprising because the Warriors are gunning to make the finals. But Kadon Ryan, with a limited LaMelo Ball and no Kyle Kuzma, showed out in Golden State as Jordan Poole hits a Curry range 3. When the Hornets let Kadon Ryan have the free reins to do whatever he wanted during the game, he was just absolutely showing out, hitting a ridiculous 3 and a 360 John Wall style layup. Curry and Jordan Poole this game were dominating, lighting up the floor, just scoring whenever they wanted. There is one thing bad about this Hornets team, and it's defense. They have one of the worst defenses in the league, but their explosive offense has kept them alive in games, and their clutch play has led to wins. Kadon Ryan has proven when healthy, he is a potential Rookie of the Year candidate. On to the next game. Zion started the game off hot, looking unstoppable. Even though going into the match he was a game time decision due to having hamstring soreness, the Rockets were just too small down low to stop Zion. Luckily for the Rockets, he was on a minute restriction because the last thing the Pelicans need is for Zion to miss long-term time. Jalen Green keeps up his hot streak at home, McCollum helping Green out by playing awful defense. The number 1 overall pick Christmas Day performance is not really going as planned. He seems to be very passive tonight, unlike Jalen Green. Zion catches a lob, and Kevin Porter Jr.'s life just flashed before his eyes. As you see on the screen, Zion is averaging 22.5 points, which actually isn't bad considering he has CJ McCollum and Ingram also sharing the ball. Izzy with a good pass to the open man, and speaking of Izzy, on this Christmas Day, he has been really silent, only scoring 5 points in the first half. And Ingram right in Izzy's face with the pull-up 3, that's just disrespectful. And then ISO, Jalen Green just cannot guard Ingram. That's like a 5-inch height difference. Where is Izzy? Is Izzy scared to guard Ingram? Where is he at? Ingram starts to heat up to start the fourth quarter, and a touchdown pass to Izzy attempts to slow down New Orleans' momentum. And another good connection from Izzy to Jalen Green, and the clutch floater over Garaba. What a shot by CJ McCollum in the clutch. And Izzy, a rare appearance, barrels his way into the paint. Good shot over Ingram. And Izzy to tie in the clutch. Oh my god, he hit it. Izzy being clutch. Oh my lord. The number 1 overall pick doing number 1 overall pick things. And with 0.9 Ingram, they review the shot and they're gonna say it's good. He got it off in time. 4-3. The Pelicans win 119-116. Cannot let Ingram catch on fire to start that fourth quarter. And Izzy once again gets a clutch shot hit on top of his head. I simply can't believe what I just saw. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Chris Paul just got traded to the Milwaukee Bucks for Bobby Portis, Pat Connaughton, and 4 future second-round picks. Chris Paul is 35 years old and only has 1 year left on his contract for $30 million. Bucks are heavily struggling, being 500 and very low in their conference. The Suns are last in the league, and they look to just make a move happen however they seem fit. It seems like the Suns are blowing it up, and the Bucks are trying to put a squad together to get Giannis back in the finals. And man, it looks like they might have just done it. And speaking of bad teams, let's look at the up-and-coming draft class. And with the number 1 pick, it is projected that Kelly will be the number 1 overall pick. Obviously, it's only projected. They're comparing him to Donovan Mitchell. Kelly from Louisville is a very fast, good shooter, great ball handling guard with good defense. Did I mention he's very, very fast? But he doesn't really have good hops, and his rebounding and more of the overall type of game has some people asking for more. With other players in the draft class like Bronny James, maybe LeBron James actually does switch teams to go play with his son. You also have Bronny James' old teammate, Mikey Williams. And you also have people such as DJ Wagner. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you want a player to be in a draft class just like Kelly or Izzy Ball or Kevon Ryan, then just join the Discord in the description. You can create a player in there. And then you can also talk to other people that watch the series and stuff like that. And with that being said, hope you have a good rest of your day. Peace out.